loading snacks.
Once again, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the newest episode of the Loaded Snacks Anime Chat Podcast, episode 40. I'm here. I know the council is excited to be here for another week of anime discussions and good times overall. How are you two feeling today?
I'm feeling great.
Pretty good.
Ready to talk about some anime.
All right, we get started. Gabby, what's our plushie of the week?
Well, you don't want it to be him.
I mean, if it's him, fine.
You don't want it to be. He's
my least
here
favorite.
Every week behind me. It's my poutine donut.
Okay. Cute.
She's been on the show before. I'm running out of plushies. I'm not running out of plushies.
You cannot be running. There's no way in hell.
I refuse to take the ones in the nets I put down because they are balanced. If I take one out of place, it's an avalanche. So,
but you have 45 of them behind you.
No, I have over 200 behind me.
Okay, close enough. So you can pick a new pussy. Even though I'm happy to see you back.
Yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and not waste more time and jump right into it. First up on the docket, Noah, what do we need to know about this week?
Okay, first things first is solo leveling news.
I was waiting for this.
It's
back.
This
is what I was going to talk about last week.
Okay.
Now this one is just a special one, which a lot of people have heard already. But solo leveling is now, according to the CEO of Sony, the most watched anime in Crunchyroll history.
Wow.
Why, according to Sony? Why not Crunchyroll? Does Crunchyroll not know the answer?
Sony owns Crunchyroll, so
that's
just
right.
The person who stated it, Gabby.
Yeah.
The CEO of Sony said that it's the most watched. Now, I'm not sure what metric it is, but maybe it's the most hours watched along with people, along with countries and screens and things like that. I'm not exactly sure what they're measuring.
That's interesting and kind of crazy considering that Japanese audiences didn't really mess with it like that. They thought it was like, it was okay.
That was articles, man. That's not reality. That was articles. We're not inside Japanese people's homes. That's why it's like when I see stuff like that, unless I see certain numbers, for example, I say that Japanese people love Slam Dunk, but then Slam Dunk is insanely popular over there. You know what I mean? So I can like jump off of that. But like there was a few articles or people who were like the Japanese audience didn't really like it. It was still the most watched shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like it was still topping on everything it was being aired. So it's like that maybe the people who talked about it didn't like it, but every country was the most watched thing. So
the haters is louder.
That being said, I'm not really sure what they're using to measure it, but I'm assuming it's an accumulation of like countries, screens, hours watched, all those different things. So,
well, that's another notch on the solo leveling belt.
That might be the last solo leveling news for a while.
For a little while, you think?
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either, Gabby.
I don't believe
another
anything.
2 weeks is going to sneak back in here. Something.
The only thing there should be is solo leveling news at some point soon. I forget which place, but there should be news about solo leveling soon. So, like anime news. So that should be the next news, hopefully.
Okay.
You know, if they done broke every record, so
right.
There's no more news about that to worry about. Next we have the summer season is underway, and our first couple animes have aired, and we watched a couple of them.
We did.
Yes. We did yesterday.
So we watched
Lord of Mysteries. I was going to say there were some interesting watches.
Yes. We watched Lord of the Mysteries, and we watched Tokapi's Original Sin.
Yes.
And Tokapi's Original Sin was pure depressing.
There's a disclaimer before it starts. Just take it to heart when you see that disclaimer. It is a very, very heavy watch.
Honestly, skip that disclaimer if you don't want to be spoiled.
I mean,
because you might be able to pick it up otherwise.
But I've seen that the disclaimer happens, but the intensity of what was shown is more than I've really ever seen it outside of an anime that was meant to be like that, like gory or like a psychological thriller or stuff like that. This is not any of that kind of stuff where you're expecting it. You're expecting depression in this one, but dang.
Yes, for
This
those
showed
watching,
everything.
this show is about, unfortunately, self-transitioning as a nice way to try to put it. But and they don't pull no punches. They don't hide nothing.
It's too early. Don't even tell people yet, man. It's too early. It's because it's the first episode. Y'all just, if you want to be sad, it is very sad. That's all.
Extremely, yes.
It's
yes.
very good though.
But the story structure.
I'm hoping that by the end of it, there is some type of light at the end of the tunnel.
We have light already. We have Tokapi.
He ain't helping.
Little Tokapi.
He ain't helping.
Yeah, he was kind of dumb at the beginning.
Yeah, he's not helping right now.
No, he only knew happiness. All he knew was happiness.
Give him a break. Give him a break. He got better.
He said he switched up on that. Just he figured out very quick.
He didn't even understand what being. He's just like, oh, you're sad? Well, be happy now.
Right. It's not how it works.
Yeah,
and it doesn't like it's gonna get any better going forward with the way the first episode ended. So
what do you mean?
No,
I believe in Tokapi.
I have no faith in Tokapi right now.
I have faith in Tokapi.
It did. It looked like it got a little bit better. But that jump was definitely really depressing.
Yeah.
And if you get depressed real easily, which most of us we can just deal with it, then don't watch it.
Or watch it with friends. Don't watch it alone. Watch it in company.
Yeah. that might help soften some of the blow.
Yeah, because then you can like talk to each other.
Yeah.
And kind of bounce off each other, so that can always help. But
yeah. Good, but a tough watch.
The first episode on IMDb got a 9.4.
Dang.
Yeah, I said good first episode, just tough.
That's good.
Very tough.
We also watched
Lord of the Mysteries.
Absolutely stunning.
Yes, very beautiful piece of art.
A bajillion frames a second.
Consistently.
Lord of the Mysteries was great, but to me, the animation was pretty. But I think the art was pretty. It had some good animation points, but the directing of the animation was a little weird to me.
I was trying to put my foot on it too. What it was like, it was something off with me about it.
Each cut they did, when they cut from scene to scene, it didn't flow together really well.
It was choppy.
Then, the animation was really stiff in certain points as well. And then other points it would look really good, and then the animation would be like super stiff in other points. And then, but the cuts are what really got me. Just like each scene it would go to, like if they're in a room talking, it would go to like a book and then his face. And it's just like the way they did it, it didn't flow together really well. And that's what a good animation director does. Make sure that the scene flows together and kind of feels seamless in your brain as you're watching, and puts together a picture. You're not even really thinking about it. So that being said, it looked really good. But
it did.
After,
go ahead.
The issue I had mainly was not with the animation, though I see what you're saying. I really couldn't follow the story, to be completely honest. I really still don't know. I know it was the first episode, and technically it's like a 1 hour thing. We only watched the first episode, not the second episode of the whole, I guess, first introduction. But I just didn't really understand what was going on. I know this guy transmigrated into this guy's body, and now he's living in it. But then there's this other guy. And I'm like, who's the main one? Who are these two new people? What does this third guy in the fedora have to do with it?
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
I'm with you, Gabby. It was. I'm still lost of what we watched. It was very hard to follow, and I'm hoping that they're not going to just focus on all the pomp and circumstance and all the beautifulness of it. Just throw money into it that way and tell me like a really good story. You know what I mean? Don't lose us with the story here. You know what I mean? Because I'm interested, but it's very tough to follow right now. So
I'm gonna have to watch it again. Just
I absolutely
go
have
back
to
and try to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to 100%.
I remember what was going on, but that was the next thing I was gonna say, is that out of those 35 minutes, I don't know what the hell was going on. I have no idea. The only thing that I got was that he's a dude that was able to summon like a round table of people, and to some degree use those people, and those people looked up to him as some sort of like elite user of whatever power they're using.
Mm-hmm.
And then he transmigrated, but I didn't know if that was the way he was using his power. Does he go into the body of that person to use that power? I don't know. But that's about all I got. So like I don't know. I read that, like I said, I read the stories. I don't remember why I didn't continue, but I don't care. There's so much other good stuff to come out. If it doesn't interest me by the third episode, we're moving on.
Right.
So
With the
but if anybody
lineup
out there
this
watching,
season,
you
we have
know,
to.
can break it down for us, please do in the comments.
Oh yes, we would absolutely love
Yeah.
that.
Please
I
do.
also heard that they adapted 60 chapters in this first hour-long episode. So seems like the pacing might have been bad.
That could be an issue, yeah. That feels
That
like a
sounds
lot
like
to cram.
a terrible idea.
Into a 30-minute episode. Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Well, 60 into these first
30
chapters each.
Yeah.
Hey, a chapter a minute. It doesn't sound like a recipe for a good idea.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So, I don't know, but like I said, it's not something that I was crazy looking forward to. It's just something I heard being overhyped because of the studios working on it. And I said this before, that you got to take that stuff with a grain of salt, because these web novels aren't normally adapted, so people just are happy that they are. But yeah, I was kind of let down with the animation. I'm not gonna lie. It just looked good, but it didn't feel like like I said, it was noticeably off the way the cuts were not flowing together and etc.
And also, if you watched Tokapi's original Sin, let us know in the comments as well what you thought of it.
Yes,
love to talk about it.
Next we have Black Clover information. Oh, maybe that's the one I missed. Black Clover information in Black Clover anime information next week at the Shonen Jump event. And it said it'll revealing exciting new TV anime information.
All right, let's bring the team back. Let's bring the squad back.
So
it's been too long overdue.
Announcing the anime is coming back. Who knows?
I hope so.
They better be. It better not be no other dang movie. I don't want it.
Hey, look, after the last movie, I would be mad because their last movie was fire.
I would be mad. The whole fan base.
I'd be mad, obviously, but
I'd be mad. Stop turning my anime into movies and give me the anime. I don't watch anime to watch movies.
We've been waiting for a long time. Well, I mean, they did cancel it, but it's been a long time with no weekly Black Clover.
I used to watch Weekly Black Clover back when I lived in a townhouse with Marissa. That was like, I don't know, 4 years ago? 5 years, something like that.
I might have been longer than that. Black Clover weekly run was so fun because it was one of the, I told you, it was the last anime. I think that and World Trigger were the last anime outside of One Piece that gave us like 100 episodes without a break, with no break. And that was the very last one. I don't even think World Trigger went that long. It was like Boruto, Black Clover. That's it. Now we got left is Case Closed and One Piece.
Yeah.
The ends of an era. But these two never end.
I wish one studio would just stamp their foot and just still drop 100 episode animes.
Right?
Like
those are the good old days.
Do it.
So that source was that source? That source was from Shonen Jump manga Twitter. So yeah, look forward to see what that is.
Fingers crossed that the show comes back.
Next, we have Tokyo Revengers: War of the Titans airs in 2026.
We are in 2026.
I think that's an October one.
Oh fuck!
I don't know what year you in, but I'm in 2025.
I didn't sleep much last night.
Apparently.
Yeah, and now at this point, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it about as much as I'm looking forward to Windbreakers. So
I still gotta watch last season of Tokyo Revengers.
Didn't we watch it? Or we just watched the special?
How many seasons it got out? 3?
3? Yeah, it's got 3. Yeah.
Okay,
I
I've
think
only
it's got
watched
3, and I
one
think
and a
one
half.
of them's a special. How many? Doesn't it has one 24 episode season, one 12 episode season, and then a special? I think, if I'm not mistaken, because the Christmas special was like that was like an arc. I can't even remember how they did their episodes, but I know the first season is 24 episodes. But the
Christmas
story,
special is the whole season?
I'm not sure, but I know it was all about one arc. It's literally the whole season is one fight scene. Me and you watched that weekly, Low.
We didn't watch. I know we didn't watch 3. It was 2 we watched.
I don't know. It was the Christmas one.
I think dude fought his brother in the church with his sister.
Yeah. That's the one I'm talking about.
That was season 2. Yeah, that was season 2.
Yeah. That was the one we watched.
Yeah, last season was 13 episodes. The first season was 24, and the second season was 12.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one of the issues is for me, it was how far have you seen this series, Gabby?
1.5 seasons. But that's okay. You can talk about it. I'm gonna forget it.
No, this is from the first season.
Okay.
But I'm actually surprised Gabby doesn't like this one because did you not like it?
No, I liked it. I just fell off of it because I was watching a bunch of other things at the time and it didn't interest me as much. So I think I just fell off of it. But I do want to finish the season.
Okay, because I felt like Gabby would be one of the people that would be fans of this series. And because all the boys. And there's I feel like
and girls.
Fair.
I feel like their fall off is because for me personally, this is why I asked if you watched, is when Baggio died, which was so stupid.
Yes,
that was so stupid. My
I
man
was
Baggio.
Very upset.
Spoiler alert if you're watching this. It's not stupid that he died because whatever you wanted him to die, the way they killed him was so dumb. The Baggio's on the ground. He doesn't want his friend, who is his friend, to be a killer. So he's bleeding out because his friend stabbed him, mind you. His friend who, mind you, killed his other friends, his best friend's blood brother. Killed him, murdered him, and stole his bike.
Yeah.
And they wasn't even on that level of gang shit. They was on some chill gang shit.
Yeah.
This dude was a murderer. So then he kills his blood brother, takes his bike, and then after that leaves his gang, obviously, because they're not friends anymore. Mind y'all, spoiler alert for this part. I said that already, I think. Now they're in a fight, gang versus gang, Baggio's gang versus the person who killed his brother, his friend's brother. And then he brings a knife because that's like his thing. Nobody else apparently brings weapons but this dude. He brings a knife and then he stabs Baggio. Baggio's bleeding out, presumably to the point to where he's going to die at some point, but it does not appear that way. It appears that he got a non-lethal stab wound. Now, if that's not the case,
and a power up,
correct. If that's not the case, my bad, maybe it was lethal. Either way, there's no way he would know how long it is until he bleeds out. Okay, so he's sitting there for like the last 15 minutes. The sirens have been going off, police sirens. Oh, the police are coming. Everybody be careful, the police are coming. So mind you, that means EMTs are coming too, and this is Japan, and he's sitting there bleeding out. He doesn't want himself to die and have the person who he had this like middle school history with become a killer. So he seppukus himself. He kills himself with sirens around the corner in Tokyo. You're close
for
to
15 minutes. The sirens are the slowest things in the world, apparently.
I mean, even that, but I'm saying like a hospital. If I'm in DC, I know a hospital's right down the street. If I'm in New York, a hospital's right down the street. Any big city, a hospital's close. He's seppukus himself. And so then he dies. Stupidest thing ever. Didn't need to die. So his friend wouldn't be a murderer. He kills himself, which that wouldn't even work. Like the police
still killed him.
Like, the police wouldn't even take that. They wouldn't even, what are you going to say in the court? He killed himself. We don't believe you, bud. Sorry.
Right.
Going to jail. What do you mean? Is he going to come back to life and tell that? Did he write
you have the weapon, dude. Like,
so that was already stupid anyways. And then his friend goes to visit him in jail, obviously, because it didn't work. And he's in jail and says, don't worry, you're still my brother. So I'm like, you killed my best friend. You killed my best friend's blood brother. But that's not like, what in the world does it take? Do you have to nuke Japan for us to not be brothers anymore?
Right.
So confused.
After that, I was like, okay, this story is not fleshed out at all. This is some dude who has, no offense to the writer, but some wild dreams of how the hood should be. This ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it.
No.
Oh.
Outside of that, it's a fairly good series.
Outside of that, the fight scenes are funny. I like to see. And another thing, the MC is.
Takamichi is worthless.
Absolutely awful. Like he
and
never
not the good kind of worthless.
Like he not
seeing them three on the cover of whatever this new arc is. I'm like, really? Like Takamichi, you versus them? Like,
right.
It's Takamichi.
And it's like he's supposed to be like some
it.
emotional anchor for like the leaders of these gangs, and I don't get that. Like, how are you feeling such strongness?
He's the emotional support animal.
Stupid.
It is quite. It is.
Stupid. He gets the dog shit beat out of him every single season.
He just gets better at taking a hit. That's it.
Does he get better at taking a hit?
Yeah, because then you saw in the second season, he just got beat up the whole season. And then the third season, he got beat up the whole season again. When they're fighting in the warehouse, and
that's literally all he does is get beat up each season.
That's all he does.
That's all he does.
And then complain and say, "I'm gonna power through with grit and heart." It's like, okay, bro, go ahead. Like,
power through with your fist instead.
Such a bad MC. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
But we don't share that. We are not alone in that sentiment because it's very well produced, but it doesn't seem to pick up popularity.
Because Takamichi's the main. That's why.
Yeah.
It was popular when the first season came out, but ever since then, it's gone downhill.
He hasn't gotten any better.
The concept was drawing. Like the initial concept was like,
Oh, very strong.
But then once we got into the story, we're like, okay, we're good.
So just Takamichi going to keep screwing stuff up by going back and forth through time and get whooped each season. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Next we have Boruto Volume 5 released their cover, and it has all the villains on it. I just sent it to y'all in the chat.
Let me see.
And it looks pretty cool. The villains are kind of crazy.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, they look absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
And these mofos are strong as all get out. They just, for y'all who haven't read, it ain't even a spoiler.
What's with my man feet? Yeah.
Let me just say, I've always hated their feet.
They got one of them after they got one of them, and they lost somebody. So that's a little spoiler for Lo and for the people out there to read. That is somebody canonly died, and then they got one of the villains. But they had to, and even Konohamaru said it's gonna take that type of resolve to defeat these guys. So
dang. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's like that.
Did you hear?
Mm-hmm. What are those? So the middle guy is Jura, and all of them are tin-tailed. They're tin-tailed beasts, reincarnates that can grow intelligence, but they're separate from the Otsutsukis. So now there's two different powers on the planet clashing for strength for different purposes, both for chakra, and then the humans are the third thing clashing that wants to defeat them both. But the Otsutsukis are kind of working with them because they don't want them to take, because they, you know what I mean? So you'll have to see. You'll have to see, because the Otsutsukis are in certain bodies of the people there.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll have to see.
Okay, catching up to do, yeah.
These weekly chapters are super fun with Boruto. Or monthly, I'm sorry.
Too good.
That's
dope.
Right.
All right, thank you for that. No, that was definitely worth the wait. I'm glad I waited to watch it with y'all instead of just watch it on my cell phone.
Right.
Much better than watching on the
Yeah. All right, so next up on the docket, Gabby, what are we talking about this week?
Today, we're going to venture into a fun little, I guess it could be a subgenre or something that we've watched actually a few of for anime, and that is time loops. We're going to talk a bit about time loops in anime.
Okay.
So y'all know the basic premise, and everyone out there knows the basic premise of a time loop. Basically, it's a plot device where characters repeat a certain time frame over and over again. Most of the time they remember, sometimes they don't. Usually it happens to change. There are 3 different ones that you guys have watched two of them. I'm not sure if you've watched the third one that I wanted to just explain quickly. A few different types of time loop. Obviously, we have our favorite one in the world here. We have ReZero. Classic one. It's very linear. It is the plot device. The character Subaru, he is aware of that plot. He goes in, he dies, he makes mistakes, he comes back, he does it over again to reach the ending that he would like, and then somehow he breaks out of it and moves on till the next checkpoint happens. We then have one that is kind of almost the opposite of that, where the time loop is not the main plot device. It is the device of a side character in Magical Madoka. I'm not sure if you guys have either of you have seen that one.
No.
We have Madoka. She is our main character, but she is not the one who is experiencing the time loop. Her friend, I think it's Homura, she has the long purple hair, for those who don't know. She is the one in the time loop, keeping going back to save Madoka from this,
So Madoka is the main character in that one, but the other person is the one in the time loop.
Yes, but the thing is, in this anime, we only see that last time loop where everything is successful. We don't follow the time loop and see every single instance like with Subaru. So the time loop is the plot device of the side character. So it's not narrative. It's more of a side, like the main narrative is more of a side story. And then we have one that is kind of a mix of it that we actually just recently watched, and that is Higurashi, When They Cry. That is more, at first, you believe it is more sectioned out, and that's what it is. We have section stories, all very similar depictions of basically this group of kids trying to solve a gruesome murder, where you don't think they're connected. But then near the end of season 1, we do have our main guy who starts with the K. I'm forgetting his name, but brown hair. He gets flashbacks and is triggered to his memories from some of the other time loops. So they are all connected. And then near the end of season 1, we see, Rika is not the one with the purple hair. Again, long purple hair. The girls are always in time loops. We realize that she is actually the one that triggered the time loop. And she is the main character who has been going back through these time loops to get the decision, because she is the one that started it. So Higurashi Urukai is a mixture of both a side character having the time loop, but also is still being a narrative part of the line where we see separate ones. So as you can see, there are many different ways that you can make the time loop narrative fit in those three ones. And those are the three classic examples that are some of the more popular ones made. But I wanted to know your guys' opinions on time loop animes. Is there one, obviously maybe outside of these three, that you can think of that you really like? I can think of a few more examples here.
Summertime Rendering.
I'm a big fan of time loop animes. Over this past year, I have really come to enjoy them a lot because they offer a lot of character growth, more so than I think sometimes just normal storylines, just because the characters are stuck somewhere. They really do have to grow. But that was my spiel. I opened the floor.
Like I said, Summertime Rendering, that was really, really good that we watched together. And actually got a good ending out of it. And it didn't seem like that was going to happen at all in that one. So that was a well done one, I would say. Steins Gate is very high on the list. It's been so long since I watched it, but it was really, really good. I distinctly remember watching it and getting to some line, like, I've heard so much, I'm just kind of watching to see what's going. And then when that moment happens, it was like sitting up on the edge and see like, okay, I'm not going to see for the rest of the night. I need to know how we're going to fix this time loop right now because you just screwed everything up type of deal or whatever. So those are two that stand out to me as far as that's concerned. I'm trying to look and see if there's other ones since I've watched so freaking many. It's ridiculous. But those are three good ones too. Gabby, Higurashi, and those are all really, really good. Kind of glad I made it through Higurashi. Even though a little disturbing when we started, but fun overall. So, can you think of any other?
Great. Oh yeah. You have I'm Standing on 1,000 Lives, or I'm Standing on 1,000,000 Lives. I can't remember if that's one, but that's an isekai. Actually, that's not a time loop. That's a time skip. That's not really a time loop. That's not actually a time loop. So no, not that one. Let me think. What's it called? Tokyo Revenger is a time loop.
It is actually, yes, that's one. We were just talking about that. Funny.
Mm-hmm. It is a time loop.
That threw me off when they first added that element into the story. At the end
I
of
did not expect that when going into that
I was like, I didn't know this was
that.
Yeah, I thought it was all about games. No, we're traveling through time and trying to fix stuff. Like, threw me off. I wasn't mad, but it was completely out of left field for me.
I think they could have fit it much better into the storyline, but it needs to be it is a big part of it, but I feel like they just need it to like really fit it in there well, but they didn't. I'll give you a hint because I don't want to say it right. It was one of the first animes that we watched as a group together.
Another?
I was thinking another.
That was not the one I was thinking of, but another is probably he's another good example. Haha. But it's about the one I was thinking of. I say it's about kids. They're all about kids,
right?
Go back to school. Kid with abusive parents.
Erased.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Erased is another very
that's the one I
good
meant. Not
example
another. I meant Erased.
Okay. Yeah.
That's another very good example of a time loop, and that's like that was one of my favorites. To all of them. If anyone doesn't know, it's about a kid that goes back in time to stop kidnappings and murders that occurred in his childhood. One of the murders being his, they weren't really friends originally, but he kind of liked her. So, all that.
The anime sucks. Don't watch it.
It's so good.
I had it figured out by the end of the first episode.
Oh, come on. It was good.
Sucks. Don't watch it.
But time loops, I really, as I've been saying, I love them because they offer a different type of tension, I think, outside of normal animes. You always get the intense, emotions around battles and fighting and all of that. But there's just something about the tension of if I mess this up, I have to do it again.
VV.
That is
Florette's I song that has some of that kind of in it.
What anime?
VV.
I don't think I've watched that one.
Florette's Eyes song. Really good.
What is it about?
It's about an android that's like living throughout.
I think you did watch that one, didn't you, Gabby?
Did I? I don't know. It's not ringing a bell.
It is incredible.
I never watched it, but it was about. I remember you talking about it. It was about, about an android.
Yeah, like living throughout all this time and stuff like that. And
I forget what studio it was made by.
She ends up having to go back and relog into another thing. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Huh.
Beautifully animated, beautiful music.
I don't know if there was time loop.
Sick action sequences. There's definitely an aspect where the android has to like go back in time to like another body. They explain all this kind of weird, but they explain it. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be considered, I guess, one portion of a time loop. Maybe just like a one-ended one, but I mean, a time loop. Yeah, I guess it has to be repeated in a sense.
I don't mind if it was a time loop. I don't mind time loops, but I will say that if they end them like Erased, then I hate them. Erased ending. I'm telling you, I'll never recommend that anime.
It left Noah very spicy.
I'm telling you.
He was not happy with the ending.
My man was in a coma for 15 years. And woke up to his girl pregnant with his best friend. Like, what type of Jerry Springer ass ending is that, bro?
I mean,
no.
She was gonna wait.
There's no justice. This is anime. Like I said, this is anime. You're doing fucking time loops. Fucking wait, because it's fantasy. Give me that satisfaction of fantasy. I don't need it to be real. I need it to be fantasy for this one moment. I'll never know, bro. And I hope I just spoiled anyone who planned on watching it.
You basically did. Sorry about that, guy.
Made me so mad.
Hey, I'm not. He can feel that way. That's fine. Like I said, I figured out who's the killer or whatever the first episode. Like,
I did.
Well, they made it clear. They made it clear that it was the teacher. The way they did it was they kept making you unsure, but they made it pretty obvious that it was the teacher from the start. But during the series, they kept like hinting that it might be this person, it might be that person, it might be this
And every
person.
time I was like, no, don't play with
like,
me. I know it's him.
then
I
by
know
like
it's him.
episode 8, you were like sure it was the teacher, or like episode 10 or
I was
something.
sure in episode 1 it was him.
But the beginning it was.
They kept trying to throw those little tricks in there. No, you're not gonna fool me. No, I've watched too many thrillers.
No, that's because when Lo sees something and he gets an idea in his head, he'll just be like, "I'm sticking with this no matter what." So it happened to be right, and I was right. But if it's not right, then it won't be right. But it happened to be right that time.
Got a point.
Some of the things are pretty.
He's like, he'll find out. He'll be like, "Nope, she's evil. Nope, I'm not hearing it. She's evil. I've decided it. Oh, she's good. Oh, she's good. Okay." But if she's evil, it'll be like, "I told you. I knew it the whole time." Okay. You said the 30%. That's a good topic, though.
Okay, yeah, I thought that one was fun.
Yeah, I do like time loops. Like I still haven't seen Steins Gate, but I'm not.
That's one we should definitely watch together.
Steins Gate is really good.
I'm not like, I don't have any like particular feelings. I like ReZero. I don't think I like ReZero at all for the time loop. I don't think the time loop has anything to do with my love for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's one of my favorites.
With ReZero, it's just everything
aspect in there
together. It's the action, the romance, the thriller,
the story
aspect,
itself,
all that stuff. Yeah.
But the time loop isn't like the appealing part of the story. Initially, when I first watched it,
when you start,
I was like, okay,
and you're new to it.
He died in a whole gruesome way. So let me see what's going on. But it still wasn't like the time loop. It was kind of just like he's dying over and over. Like more, I guess the gruesome part of him dying was more of a draw than the looping itself. You know what I mean? And then in Summertime Render, same thing. It was just a really cool story that had time looping in it.
Yeah.
So
that was really good.
Yeah.
I gotta put that on my friend. He loves time animes. They haven't do a time. I gotta put him on that one. Like, you would really like this. That was
cool. Everyone who's seen it says it was amazing, but unfortunately, it got the Hulu curse, so it didn't get too popular.
Well, if anyone has a different time loop anime that we have not heard of or discussed today, please put in the comments below, because I would like more time loops, please.
I feel like I'm forgetting some. Let's see.
I know, me too. Like,
there's not that many. Like, there's not that many. Evangelion. I never seen Evangelion.
There's not
Evangelion the time loop.
No, it's not.
It's in the time loop list, but I never seen
I
it.
don't think that's a time
loop. I've just watched the original one recently. No.
The only time loop about that is it was made like 3 times.
Right.
Which you need to watch the movies, because we gotta go back and refinish that.
The Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
All right.
Sakurada Reset. The Melancholy.
Your Name is that time loop?
Azamiya. In Search of a Lost Friend. Your Name?
Yeah.
No, that's not time loop.
It's not time loop.
That's more like dimension loop.
Okay.
Link Click. I've never seen that one, but I hear
I've heard. Good. You know what? My friend's been telling me about that a lot. Link Click, but I haven't watched it yet.
Charlotte.
But that makes sense because he loves
Occult Academy. Iroduku, The World Colors. Vivi Florence, I Song.
This is a really good one we could watch.
Yeah. Oh, there's a time loop on my anime list. Re-life. Anything that has at the beginning is either reincarnation or return to zero.
Probably.
Yeah, Re-life looks like one. This one's called A Girl Who Chants Love at the Bound of This World, you know.
Wow.
Oh, Orange
looks like they're all pretty low rated though.
Yeah, but if y'all have any good ones out there that we haven't seen yet or mentioned, definitely put that in the chat below. We would definitely appreciate that.
Oh snap! D'Angelo Russell just went to Dallas. Only a couple time loops have actually hit.
There's got to be some hidden gems out there we haven't heard of. I'm pretty sure. But all right, with that being said, thank you for that, Gabby. Appreciate it. Let's get to our top 3 episodes of the week. Unfortunately, I didn't watch anything. This weekend was wrestling, Death Stranding 2, and Squid Games for me. So I didn't get a chance to catch up on anything. Got to read a little bit of Chainsaw Man, so I know we'll get to that later. So you two, let us know what were your two top 3 episodes of this week was. I would like to go first.
Mine was Fire Force was one of them. That last episode was really weird though.
Okay.
But did y'all finish Fire Force?
I did indeed. It was weird. Sin, have you finished it?
Nope.
That last episode was weird as hell. What the hell was I watching?
Very strange.
I'm just looking at black and white pictures of downtown Tokyo, and then all of a sudden Shinra's like drawn as like a real boy. He's a real boy. I don't know what the
I
hell
didn't really know what was
at.
going on.
All right, at least y'all both have that sentiment, so that's good to know.
Everybody in the world had that sentiment. Everybody, that's why I watched it, because I've been hearing on Twitter for a while that the final episode was like, what the hell is going on in Fire Force? And
People were very
this whole
confused, and
season,
I agree with them.
yeah, this whole season just hasn't had the juice that the other seasons had. And I said that from the first episode I watched of it, but
Yeah.
it really just hasn't hit like the other seasons. And I think that's why it's not quite as popular as the other seasons. It doesn't look bad, but it just ain't quite as good as it was.
Mm-hmm.
But that definitely was one of my favorites.
Okay.
I still didn't watch Windbreaker finale. I saw Vigilante's finale came out, but I didn't watch that either.
Windbreaker finale, that's when I introduced the other guy, right, Gabby?
Yeah.
Okay, so I did see the finale for that then. Okay.
Yeah, the finale happened last week.
Okay.
To Be Hero X, I also didn't watch.
It's pretty good. We got another intro episode.
But
a new character?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk more about it.
Okay.
Okay, so then my, I guess, first one, I don't know which order, will be Tokapi's Original Sin.
Oof.
Definitely will be one of mine for this week.
I can put that on there for mine just because that's what I did watch.
Next will be, what else did I watch? I feel like I'm missing something. What else did I watch? Next will have to be Go Loser Ranger. The finale episode didn't drop yet. It's like a week late, but episode 11 I watched, and that series got dark. They started chopping mofos up. The whole daggone Ranger Association is like destroyed and dismantled. So right now that they're like, they've realized that the Rangers are all crooks and crooked. So like certain people have joined the monsters. The Monster Association, which is like the woke Monster Association, and they're like rights for monsters. Monsters deserve rights. They're like the BLM of the monster world, pretty much. And they're basically dismantling the whole thing. They got like 10,000 kaijus under the ground. So that series is going crazy right now.
Okay.
Second season is definitely worse animation, way more fun story in the second season.
Okay.
First season definitely had better animation. So I guess that'll be put that one in the middle. And then number 1 or 3.
Right.
I'm not sure which one. Lord of the Mysteries was good, but I don't know if I'll put it on there. And then I watched
Yaiba?
Oh. No, I didn't watch Yaiba episode 13 yet. I watched that one with Benny, and he's been moving. He just moved to Washington, so
okay.
We didn't watch. That's why I didn't watch Yaiba, Windbreaker, or Country Bumpkin last week. I guess we could put the final episode of Tagonio on there, but I'll just put Lazarus on there, which isn't the most current episode, but I'm catching up with Lazarus. I'm on like episode 7, so I'll put that as my number 3.
What happened in episode 7? I just want to.
Episode 7 was let's see. So far, they failed on their information twice. Now they lured him out. That's when they lured out the hacker. They lured out the hacker. I forget what her
that's
name
when Chris
was.
got taken hostage.
And then what happened at the end of the episode? They almost caught the hacker. They lured the hacker to a certain location. They're basically they're in the process of trying to get like third-party information to get to Skinner.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many days are left, but
okay.
Yeah, super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun anime.
Yeah,
I love every episode.
I think you're going to meet the assassin soon. Oof. Wait till you see that sequence.
Okay, cool. And then I guess honorable mention will be Lord of the Mysteries, because like I said, I'm not sold. I'm sorry. Like even the animation threw me off a little bit. They put all them frames and it did not look as good as no Solo Leveling episode. So
yeah.
I mean, some of the scenes were wallpapers and they looked really cool, but like it's my honorable mention, I guess.
Fair enough.
I want to binge the Unaware Ulterior Meister, but I gotta, and I think I'm gonna leave the beginning after the end alone until season 2 drops, because this week I gotta rewatch Dandadan, because that drops in 5 days. So I gotta start with that. I gotta rewatch Kaiju no Maid and Sakamoto Days, and I was thinking, and I got 4 episodes to watch on Dress Up Darling because we didn't.
I've watched the first 2. I got 2 left to watch on Rent a Girlfriend, and I'm caught up.
Yeah, I got 4 left because we stopped at episode 8.
Yeah,
so I got some stuff to watch.
I've started watching them, so I'm trying to get those caught up. So we're ready.
So this week, next week, I may or may not, but I'm gonna be watching a lot this week. Next week, I may or may not have episodes that are current, but we'll see. And we're gonna start weeklies, so we're gonna start weeklies again. So we'll have stuff to watch and add up maybe in 2 weeks.
Bet. Awesome here, Gab. What are your top 3 episodes of the week?
I also did not watch that much. I finished the first season of Konosuba, so that took a lot of my time. We can talk about that in the next segment. I also got back my Grey's Anatomy binge, so that
that's not anime. We don't care. No.
Yeah, but think of all my time.
Get this Grey's Anatomy talk off the podcast.
But I love it. I'm in season 13. So last episode of Fire Force is the honorable mention because it's an honorable mention. This is like that's really all I can say.
I watched it, so it's just there because of that.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything for Sin. It wasn't bad, but it was just like it didn't. Yeah, no, it was right. It didn't have the fanfare. It really was just.
But the scene with the soot guy.
The scene with the soot guy was really good.
Oh my goodness, he looked so cool.
They had good stuff in there, and not to say that the whole season was bad, but I wish it ended on a better note. I guess.
It ended on some. I forgot even about that. I just watched that a second ago. That cliffhanger.
Yeah, I don't. I'm curious.
That was a little crazy.
Where their pickup on the cliffhanger. So, season 4, go up.
Yeah, it was a crazy. Prepare yourself, though. It was
it's good.
Okay.
You don't know where it's going.
Mm-hmm. It'll be an anime weekend coming up, definitely.
Yeah. Tokapi's Original Sin is my number 3 this week. Again, as we discussed earlier, I really enjoyed it, and it was hecka depressing.
Oof.
Did you shed a tear?
I enjoyed it.
Did you shed a tear?
I did cry.
You did?
I did. I teared up, but that's not hard to make me do. I'm an empath. No, I'm an empath.
Same, to be honest.
And to say, I just said number 2 is going to be Vigilantes. I think this was our last episode. I think.
Yeah, it's the season finale.
Okay, let's
until
see.
2026. They just announced season 2.
It was kind of nothing happened.
Oh.
Nothing happened. Everything happened the episode before.
That's kind of why I was like, I'm gonna watch Fire Force, because I feel like all the stuff had already concluded.
All the stuff concluded. I mean, we got some more tidbits, some information. I mean, we kind of knew where all the characters were. We kind of knew what was going on. We know what's going to be proceeding. We learned barely a little more about this new guy who is the person that was behind Tamo's thing. Have you guys watched any? Did you guys watch the episode before this one?
Yes. I just got the finale to watch.
Okay, so you've seen what happened to Tamo?
Yes.
I knew it. I knew she was being taken over by the bee thing. I knew that wasn't her work. I called it.
You did.
I did. That was my that was my theory from the start with this one. I knew that wasn't her. I knew it. I feel validated.
I'm happy for you.
I feel very validated. But yeah, nothing really happened in this episode. We just kind of wrapped things up in a way and didn't wrap things up. So obviously they left some cliffhangers. I'm excited for the next season just because I really love the characters. I love the storyline. I love making the world of My Hero bigger. I just love the story of everything. But so that's why it's number 2. And then number 1 is To Be Hero X. We started another new section with a new hero. This one is Lolly, the pink-haired girl with the ponytail and the hat that we see in the ending. I won't say too much, obviously, and this was just the first episode, so it's a lot of build-up. But basically, she wants to be a hero because she sees Queen do her speech, so she's like, I'm going to be a hero like Queen. But everyone keeps calling her cute. Even though she's doing pretty good things and saving people and like being really brave, they're like, everyone just always sees her as cute. A cute girl.
They're not taking her seriously.
Yep, they're not taking her seriously, and she's very upset about it. Her dad's some big scientist thing, and she goes to work at a lab and meets this girl, and they start building like robot suits and stuff. So I'm excited to see where Loudly's journey will go. But we have a new character, and she's adorable.
I'm super excited to see her. I want to get to know all these people just so that whenever we get past this phase and start moving on to what comes next, like I get more excited about it. So I'm cool with still having these introductions to these new characters. So I'm super excited to see that.
Each introduction leads to a really good story, and the animation's really good, and the fight scenes are great. So like even though they're short stories, they've still been jam-packed with tension and emotion and fighting. So it's really good. If you haven't watched To Be Hero X, you really need to get on that.
Need to lock in.
I concur.
It's probably my favorite.
This season,
My Hero Academia.
Basically.
That thing is cranking. Yeah. So those are our top 3s for the week. Thank you both for that. So now let us open up the floor to whatever we need to discuss. So,
hell yeah.
Would you all like to start? Oh, just FYI, with One Piece, I am up to. I didn't start it yet, but I'm up to Kuma's arc.
Oh,
yeah,
you're about to get destroyed.
Well, I'm gonna wait till his arc finishes and then sit and watch it all in one sitting.
Good, get destroyed in one sitting.
Yes, I'm gonna do it that way. Yes.
Good. Bring tissues, bring trauma, bring chocolate.
I was definitely enjoying the ride up until that point.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Some people were showing their ass off out there. Luffy has to be one of the most annoying people to fight. I swear, he makes me cracking up every time I watch him fight in 5th gear. He's just irritating. He just does the wildest things and he just makes fun of you and laugh at you the entire time, but he won't shut up. I can see people get pissed off fighting him. It's great. I love it.
He's so happy.
But now all the people he's fighting are like people who can like handle that level of power.
Yep.
That's the only people he even brings Gear 5 out against. So it's like all the people he went up against before, most of them could fight Luffy because it would be like no matter how much he bounces around, he could hit them, but it's just going to bounce off of him unless it's one of his finished moves or like, you know what I mean? Unless they were a grunt. So now
the people that are coming back are the people that have grown, or the people that he couldn't beat before, like Kizaru. And
that was beautiful.
He beat Lucci before, but now Lucci's back. So like
I can't tell you how much I love
now
that
Lucci is
him and Lucci. I love that fight so much.
Yeah,
I was really looking forward to that fight.
Zoro handle Lucci?
Oh yeah, Oh yeah. I was happy. But I was sorry at that moment when Luffy and Lucci standing, he's just like, "No, I want to see what's on the poster. I want to see that." I was like, "No, you don't, cuz." And Luffy got happy. He was like, "Oh, you want to see that? I'll happily oblige." It just went into Gear 5, and the way he blessed that man across Egghead was poetry.
Mind you, when Zoro fought, first of all, neither of them were being serious, but Luffy was in Gear 5 mode. When Zoro fought him, Lucci was in his upgraded, enhanced Devil Fruit, awakened Devil Fruit mode. Zoro wasn't serious either. We seen Zoro when he was serious against King. He did enough to damn near split an island in half. We seen
Zoro
when he cut
being Zoro.
When he cut that giant rock at Zoro, if that was a real swing from Zoro, half of Egghead would have been sliced open. So it's like we know Zoro was just, you know.
I didn't realize how Zoro got hands. Like,
are you crazy? Yes.
No, you didn't realize.
I know what you mean.
Not swords.
I know what you mean.
He was fighting the Seraphim or whatever, and he didn't have the swords. He was like kung fu with. I was like, whoa, Zoro. Okay, I've never seen you do that before. That's dope.
He's still a martial artist.
Yeah, but you don't ever see him. You always see him with the sword. So seeing him like just hand to hand was cool for that brief moment. I was like, okay.
That's because they got Vincent Chansar working in there, and not their old director that just showed them swinging swings.
No,
they actually saw some movement action now.
And you were right, Gabby. Those Seraphim are pretty terrifying. Yeah, they were no joke. Like, and that's when I was having a fit down in their basement watching it. Like they kept doing the whole thing where
the Mihawk one is the strongest one.
No, they kept doing this thing in the arc where they were telling you everything, but they kept bringing up. You would be with Luffy and them for a minute. Then we're gonna go to the Reverie, finally talk about what happened there. Then we're gonna go over here, talk about what happened here. And I'm like, what is happening with Luffy and them? We've been going away from that for so long. Can we please? And then when we do, they beat them like off screen, and all the Straw Hats were back together and everything. I was like, what the hell just happened? Why do we do that off screen? They were scrapping with them Seraphims for a minute, struggling. How did they beat these things and we don't ever see it? They like just tell little stupid stuff in passing. I was so pissed about that. But other than that,
sounds like anime only problems.
Oh well, then that's a problem I got to deal with. All right, so whatever. But it was fine. The last episode I saw was when the Elder touchdown. That was where I stopped at.
So you saw him introduced?
I hate those MFs.
Yeah. He's. It's one of the things I know we're gonna get out of it somehow, but how in the hell are we gonna get out of this one? You know what I mean? Type of thing. It's like, okay, I know they're gonna escape to me.
He ain't who he used to be.
When I read the panels and I saw that man on the boat, and then I saw him there, I was like, this is a new development. Like these guys have just been in the background all the time, and I'm like, he's here. What's gonna happen? I'm like, I'm terrified.
One of my favorite things in Egghead that had me dying laughing.
What?
When they got Lucci and what's his name, like tied up or whatever, and they're worried about the Seraphim. Yeah, and they worried about the Seraphim. He's like, look, just untie us. Let us help you. You know what I'm saying? We can get through this together. And Luffy's all looked at each other like, you gotta be out your damn mind. I cried laughing when they had that expression on their face. That was so good.
It was funny.
That was
like, I might be dumb, but I'm not that dumb.
And even when they came in and I think Lucci started like he had slipped out of his cups, whatever, started fighting everybody, and Zoro quickly looked at Kozaku and was like, "Did you put him in that bubble?" Like, nope, I'm not dealing with you as well at the same time. You stay right here. I was like, smart, thank you. Before you get started.
No, all you gotta know is about the elders. What's the last thing Luffy did last time he saw a celestial dragon? That was that level. He punched him in the face. That's all I'm gonna say. It's the last time he was around somebody of that elite level of government. He
punched him in the face.
It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that freaking weapon.
Maybe they should watch their face.
That freaking like legendary weapon or whatever that they used was stupid. When they got rid of that whole island and made everybody forget it.
Oh, the ancient weapon.
Yeah, that was crazy. Absolutely crazy. I was like, what the hell is this? Then I finally we were sitting there all discussing. It was like, oh, that's the other weapon we haven't seen yet. Like, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Understand.
So
but no.
About Sabo.
Oh yes, found out about Sabo. Yes, he didn't. I figured he didn't kill the king, but
of course not.
Yeah, but they did. Like, y'all trifling. I hate the elders. Hate the elders.
Oh, I hate them so much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but great times. So I'm practically caught up on the anime now, so I'll keep that going. After Kuma's done, I'll watch all that in one sitting, and then Probably do like 5 episodes at a time just to keep it current for times like this. So yes, so that has been course corrected for the most part. So I'm now caught up for the most part.
Proud of you.
Thank you. I try.
Okay. Well, now what about Gabby? Well, we'll come back to you, Gabby. What about Konosuba season 1 finale?
Yes, I finished Konosuba season 1. I haven't had a chance to watch the movie yet because I got distracted.
Grey's Anatomy, right? Grey's Anatomy,
yeah, that's fine.
Yes,
but the ending of season 1, there's always a beautiful one last Mega Man explosion with amazing fireworks, and they work together and beat some crazy shit they should have never have beat.
Yeah, no, I was very surprised. I was like, this ain't gonna end well. I'm like, dang, this ended well. It was funny. It was really funny. I liked the we got the introduction of like the new god, one of the other new goddesses in a sense. I thought the episode where they brought him back to life was funny, where it's like, oh, I'm dead. She's like, yes, now we'll move you on, and all of a sudden you hear Aqua go, hey, get your dead up.
Get your dead ass up.
What you doing down there?
Such an unserious fantasy, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, come back. And she's like, that's not part of the rules. She's like, I don't
care. Wait, so you saw her talking through Kazuma to the other goddess?
Yeah, but she was talking down from the sky, and the other goddess Kazuma down there going.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite moment of the season because that was just so funny.
That was hilarious. I can't remember if it was that season or not, but when she goes, no, let Kazuma come back or I'm going to take all your push-up bras. And she's like, no, I don't wear push-up bras. I can't remember if it was that season or the next season.
I like how they all got a house now and they're living together. I thought the succubus episode was hilarious.
Oh, they got the house.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Succubus episode.
Yeah. The one where he went to like the house and basically you'd like write down what kind of dream or fantasy you want to have, and the succubus comes at night to visit you. Yeah. And then he thought that, oh my God, darkness was the fantasy, but she was actually real. And then he was being all weird. And I was like, I'm like, I can't tell if she likes this.
Stop herself.
She could not. She had to obey.
Oh, I love darkness so much.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's it.
Darkness is hilarious.
I'm just imagining Gabby watching that.
She's becoming one of my favorite characters. Darkness is just hilarious. Aqua is still slightly annoying. I'm still not a big fan of her. But hopefully she'll get better.
Nah, that's fine. She's supposed to be annoying, so I'm not mad at that.
No,
she's supposed to be annoying.
Yeah,
but
well,
after
she's
a while,
annoying.
she grows on you a little bit. She's just, you know what I mean? She's just part of the team.
Especially how he like works everything to get everying the way he needs it to be.
He's got good skill when it comes to the strategy department of everything. I really do like the way his brain works. And I enjoyed the cute little episode where it was in the succubus episode, or this cute little moment where they're all having like dinner together, and he's like, "Oh, this is like these are my teammates, these are my new friends. Like I'm just gonna enjoy my time with them and eat." And they were all just having fun. I'm like, "Oh, this is cute."
Yeah.
So
and then
I liked it.
The writer does a good job of drawing you in to make you think it's like a regular isekai, and you keep watching. You're like, okay, they're going to turn into a competent team. And then by the end of season 1, you realize Kazuma, who is a doofus, is the most competent person out of the whole party. And it's like, if he's the one to rely on, it's like,
nothing will get better.
But once they get a mansion, it's so like the dynamic turns up so much. The first, that's what I was saying. I can't decide. I think the movie is the funniest like content they have, just because it was gut busting. But each season is a treat. But once they get the mansion, then the dynamic grows. So it's so much more fun because they have like the moments in the mansion as opposed to like they're always on a mission. So
like on a mission or like at the tavern. Now they have kind of like a home base, which is nice to kind of reset things.
Yeah.
I like it.
I would love to give it a rewatch just to see which episode season was the funniest one overall.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I know I was dying laughing through all of them. So
The third season might, because it was the third season is all about La Latina Dustiness Ford.
yeah,
Miss
so that might be my favorite just because that's my favorite character.
They've said her name, right?
I don't think so.
In the first season, they say her full name, don't they? Because Kazuma finds out her name, right? In the first season.
Lala, that sounds familiar.
La Latina, and then she gets mad at him for calling her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Her full name is La Latina Dustiness Ford, and that's why nickname because that name she hates that name, which I would hate that name.
Yeah, La Latina.
As a fair, she has a valid reason.
So in the third season, they go to the Dustiness Fords, and they're all rich. So yeah. But it's funny because like you can tell like Kazuma and Megumin are like the real like little ship, but Kazuma, being the horn dog he is interested in darkness.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll come around eventually. He's the goat.
But
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah,
I really am.
Nice.
I think by season 3 you will really be a Kazuma fan and be a fan.
Oh, I'm a Kazuma fan.
I mean, I'm sorry, not Kazuma.
Aqua.
Like
Aqua
just
fan?
like no, a Konosuba fan, like a full
Oh,
on
okay, gotcha.
Konosuba lover. I think by the third season.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely want to. I'm going to plan on watching the movie this week, while trying to figure out my starting lineup for the next season going forward.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Y'all, next season we're gonna have to lock in and just watch everything. I don't know.
Yeah, that's I was just going through it. I'm like,
everything looks so good.
There's
so many. I think I might even watch the romances. So we'll have to lock in and. Because when I watched Kowloon Generic Romance, it was so good that it made me. I was telling Gabby I binged the whole thing like 3 days ago.
Okay.
I was gonna watch like 4 episodes. I watched the whole thing. It's a chaotic ass adult romance rom-com, and seeing that one was like, okay, now I'm excited for some new rom-coms from this summer season.
Saying it's adult definitely piqued my interest. So it's not about kids in high school and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's very adult. It's very funny. So, seeing that one, I'm super excited for it coming back. I mean, not coming back. I'm sorry. All these new romances that are coming out.
Yeah.
Have you seen Bunny Girl Senpai, Gabby?
Yeah.
Do you know their new season is coming out?
I did not. No.
Yeah, so that's coming out this summer, and they're in college
nice.
now.
Okay.
Are you caught up? They have like 2 movies. You have like 2 canon movies or something.
I have to watch the movies, and I always forget about the movies.
Google the watch order because I don't know what it is, but I heard them talk about it on Trash Taste.
I'll have to do that.
If you're interested in catching up, they're.
I definitely liked the series a lot. It was a good and interesting watch.
Yeah, it's crazy because I remember when that series came out, and we were all just like, "This Bunny Girl Senpai series everyone loves," and now it's like they're in college.
Bunny Girl Senpai.
Now they're in college. Yeah, that one's coming out. Lo, did you read Chainsaw Man?
I did read a little. Hold on, I'm sending somebody a message telling them to add something to the Plex.
Okay.
Did I spell that right? Close enough. Put it right there. Send it later. Okay. Yes, I'm in the what's the name of this arc? The Chainsaw Man Church arc. I'm in that one. So I've seen Denji be at the theater with the girl. She started, rubbing up on his Yami. Tell him go to the stage and lick a demon, lick a devil, and she'll give him some. I was like, Denji's dumbass is gonna go do that in a second.
You know he's gonna go do
it. My boy don't play. He's too dumb.
He was being extra wicked. She was like, do more with it, something like that. And he started like sucking on a tentacle or whatever. I'm like, Denji's wilding right now.
What chapter are you on?
I'm on 141.
Nice.
Okay.
He just left. He just went to the church for the first time and just left telling them pretty much I don't kiss my ass because I'm not marrying nobody to have sex. Like, I'm just gonna do
this volume was good. And it's crazy because they made volume 17 Aki and we didn't get no damn Aki.
They teased me.
I saw him and Shorty leave the theater, go to karaoke, but she was singing this some random words, just sexual words she was throwing out there. They have a whole gang of people come over there to try to whoop on Denji. He whooped everybody.
Yes.
It's like no Chainsaw Man, just straight hands and a bat, just went to town on
So
everybody.
what happened to Nayuta? Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Where he went crazy on them with a bat.
Mhm.
Did you meet the other dude who was like
The sword dude.
no the other dude who's in school who's kind of like I'm trying to see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did meet him. He's kind of like he calls himself Chainsaw Man as well.
Oh, yeah, I saw when he like revealed himself or whatever, but we haven't gone back to that. Then he got pissed when he saw it on TV. He was like, "No, we have Chainsaw Man right here." Whatever. And the guy came up and was like, "I'm him," and showed himself to everybody. And Denji was pissed, like, "Nah, that's not.
Okay.
That's not
Okay.
me." Yeah.
Okay. So my question is it fun? Like, is it reading it fun, this arc?
I'm more like I'm still in the old mentality of where are we going with everything. I'm trying. That's the most that's driving me crazy. Like, where are we going? Okay, I feel like the church just got started, but yet they got that big ass
Well,
building
yeah,
with a
you got to
chainsaw.
cook because you didn't find out everything till what? Chapter 98 is when you found out everything, or like I guess 90
No,
originally.
I'm talking about the end game of what we had, the beginning and the end game of that first big arc, or first
Yeah,
big
yeah,
saga,
yeah.
whatever. That's what I'm trying to figure out with this one. What is the big thing with this one? Like, it just seems like we're just going day by day, and things are just happening to Chainsaw Man. Now he's got a cult follow him around. He's got a church with a massive Chainsaw Man head on top of it, like big like, FBI building type of thing or whatever going inside this whole church.
I
And
told you the whole dynamic of the story changes. Like the way he tells the story, everything changes in part 2.
yeah,
From
it's completely different from the way he was reading part 1. Like,
But
it was
think
more
about it. In the beginning, he was part of the Devil Association, the Devil Hunter Association. The reason that he got out the slums is because Makima helped him after they killed the Yakuza. So he was with Makima, who was the leader of one of the major divisions of the Devil's Association.
right.
He, spoiler alert, 3, 2, he ate that bit. So
Yeah.
he ate her. Aki's dead. Power's dead.
Mhm.
Most of the devils in there are dead or locked up again because devils can't roam freely. And the rest of the people who are involved with him in that division are dead. So it's like, that's it. He was contracted by them. So now us as readers are waiting for the people who are still associated to him from the association. So the first part was like a grand scale thing as to where now Denji's not that important. The whole world remembers him as Chainsaw Man, but he doesn't have any real connections to the association. So
Right.
he's just regular Denji going to school. He's got money from his work at the association. That's how he can have. They hooked him up with Nayuta, and he's just living life. So now there's no grand scale. So it's a day-to-day style story as opposed to a grand scale story, which is why it feels like you're like, what's going on when it's a little more slice of lifey. And if you notice, Fuji's throwing in little things that you can piece together as you go along. So it's like you kind of just got to pay attention to that and watch it all come together, because it's not going to be like,
I feel like they just dropped a gem. They said something about not like in the Americans, something they would do with lasers or something like that. I gotta go back and reread it.
Okay.
But something about the Americans like not liking something they're doing, or something weird, something crazy. They said it twice so far, so I figure it's important. So I want to go back and reread probably the chapter before just to make sure when I get to work tomorrow. So I'm not trying to blaze through it, but I'm gonna tell you what was funny. When we met I can't think of the guy's name, but we just met him, the sword guy, because apparently all the weapons are going to the church to be there or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was telling, you come and join the church. You can have sex with all the women you want there. And he turned away to go down the stairs and open up the door and close it. And by the time he closed the door, Denji was already on the other side of the door. I was like, how the hell did he get there so fast?
Did you say what?
Denji got problems. He is bad hard up.
Yeah.
So no, I'm him and his little sister or whatever. They're like in the Chainsaw Man grocery store right now where I left off at.
As well, so he's still with Nayuta?
I believe that's, like I said, I believe at the beginning of chapter 141. That was the start. It's them in the grocery store.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe he's still with Nayuta at that point.
Yeah.
So then you could see that there's one major antag, which is the War Devil inside of Asa.
Yeah, and she's out here like being a badass in the world, like devil killer, everything.
Yeah, and then the other antag would be, looks like the way that he introduced himself as Chainsaw Man on the TV. We're gonna have to deal with that eventually. You know what I'm saying? That's clearly like when you read manga and stuff like that. I was telling this to somebody else because they were saying a character was coping And I was like, brother, characters in manga aren't Twitter fans. When they say something, it's the writer telling you something that's verbatim. So it's like when you're reading, okay, there's a new Chainsaw Man, immediately that's definitely a detail that's going to pop up because
that's an issue. Pay attention.
No way. Yeah, I'm Chainsaw Man.
Right.
So,
They're not going to let that stand. Yeah.
And people are out here, I just had to beat up a whole bunch of you. Clearly, this Chainsaw Man church is worshiping Chainsaw Man. Are they worshiping you or me?
I'm Chainsaw Man.
You know,
right.
So
at some point, we got to get this corrected. Like, they need to be worshiping me.
So, yeah. It's cool to see that you're reading it all at once because reading it weekly, because this story has so much more hidden stuff, I had to go back so much reading it weekly.
Okay.
Because separated by a whole week, but binging it, I'd probably be able to pick up on stuff that I didn't find out till I saw on Reddit much easier. Because a lot of stuff from part 2 I didn't realize till I saw on Reddit, and I was like, oh.
Okay. Yeah,
so then, go ahead, my bad.
I would say no, like I'm still interested. I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to put stuff together. I'm not trying to miss certain stuff. That's why I'm taking my time reading it. Go back to old pages. Like I said, I gotta go back and read like the last ones. They said something about the Americans twice. And I knew it was important, so I need to go back and remember what that was.
Yeah.
No good.
And then every week they have a discussion on the Chainsaw Man Reddit for each chapter. So what happens is when they drop some chapters, we can I'll link you to discussion and you and I can read through some comments, and that'll help because a lot of people see some stuff that I don't see. So then I'll read through comments, see what people see, and then we can talk about it on the pod the next week. Which will be great when you catch up to Boruto because it'll be like Boruto every month, Chainsaw Man every week.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm getting through this slowly, surely. I'm halfway through this. I feel like so. I'm at 141. So.
Oh yeah, you're more than halfway. You got
moving through it.
60 chapters left.
60?
Yeah.
Okay. Light work. All right, let's put in the work. All right. Put in the work.
Man, literally, it could be 3 more weeks if you do 20 chapters a week.
See what we can do. 3
more weeks, you do 20 chapters a week. What is that?
That doesn't sound too bad.
4 chapters a day, something like that.
It's not too difficult, honestly. Yeah.
But does anybody have anything else?
No, I don't.
I have a this or that.
Okay.
For us with series. Entire anime series.
Okay.
So the first one, Lo, I'm gonna send to you. Anime this or that. Let's go.
All right. Are you two ready for this one?
No.
Good answer.
Always ready.
Okay, this is anime this or that for seasons. Well, not seasons, series. Sorry, series. All right, so first up, Naruto or Bleach?
Naruto.
Okay. Attack on Titan or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Full Metal.
Shoot.
You have to remember, I can't say nothing.
Brotherhood
specifically.
Oh, that's even harder.
I like the story of Brotherhood much better than Attack on Titan.
Gabby, you're an Attack on Titan hater, so
that's fair. Not a hater, just not like her.
Unbelievable, but
just not like her.
I have to go. I don't know. That's really hard. I might have to go. Which one do I like? I think I like Attack on Titan more, so I'm gonna have to go Attack on Titan.
Okay. Next up,
Attack on Titan.
Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen?
Demon Slayer. Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't have Zenitsu, and you love Zenitsu.
I do love Zenitsu. But Juju has Nobara, and I love Nobara. I actually love all the characters in Juju. They really are just great. But I do love Zenitsu. We'll go Demon Slayer.
Okay. Death Note or Code Geass?
Code Geass.
Okay.
Code Geass.
Yeah, Code Geass.
Gabby?
Yep.
Sorry about this. One Piece or Fairy Tail?
No, I don't want to pick.
One Piece. That's not hard.
I have to pick One Piece. It's hard because I don't want to choose, but I know the answer is One Piece.
Correct. All right. Hunter x Hunter or My Hero Academia?
My
Hunter
Hero.
Hunter.
I rewatch My Hero way too much to not pick it.
Okay.
Hunter Hunter. The MC don't cry.
Tokyo
Unless
Ghoul or
somebody dies.
Chainsaw Man?
Leave my cinnamon roll alone.
Yeah, keep that cinnamon roll and the fans.
I will keep my cinnamon roll.
We got real MCs.
He is the real one, the emotional one.
A real crybaby. No, okay.
Yeah, I love my crybabies. Tanjiro's just as much of a crybaby.
See, that's y'all MC, My Hero fans. All right, go
And
ahead.
we love him.
What's next?
Tokyo Ghoul or Chainsaw Man?
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man.
Come on now. What would you pick?
Chainsaw Man.
Come on now. Now that
do
you've
that.
read Tokyo Ghoul, but the manga Tokyo Ghoul, I feel like manga readers would pick Tokyo Ghoul, but
Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul
I
is
haven't read the manga.
great manga.
Sword Art Online or ReZero?
ReZero.
Zero. Not even a question.
Don't you say you would pick SAO.
Not even
Don't you
a
say.
I can't say anything. This for y'all. This for
You said it for the last one.
Did he?
Yes, you did. He said he would pick whatever one we were talking about. I already forgot.
Oh, okay.
Because you
Spy
asked
Fam-
him.
Hmm?
You asked him, Noah, and he responded.
Oh, I don't remember. There's too many.
Yeah, don't know what he's talking about. Spy
We'll
Family
get it
or The
out of the
Promised
weekend one
Neverland?
day.
Spy Family. Promised Neverland is scorned with season 2.
Yeah. Spy Family. Promise Neverland. I'm like emotionally attached to the first 12 episodes. Those
I'm emotionally
some
attached to
peak
the manga
fiction.
and the first 12 episodes.
The first 12 episodes were like, even without the rest of it, it just blows. You can't see more of it. But those first 12 episodes.
The manga is just fantabulous, and Sin still needs to read it before I get a hold of him. Now that he's reading manga.
Steins Gate or Dr. Stone?
Dr. Stone.
I haven't seen Steins Gate, Dr. Stone.
Mob Psycho 100 or Blue Exorcist?
Mob
Blue
Psycho.
Exorcist. I didn't really like Mob
Okay.
Psycho that much.
Watch it again and readjust your brain to the right way.
Damn.
Dang!
That's how you feel?
Noah!
Because there's no way. Actually, I'm actually surprised. Mob Psycho has Gabby-esque characters in it. So I'm surprised.
Art style. I don't like the main character. I think he looks weird.
Okay.
All right. Toradora or Clannad?
I haven't seen either of them. Not Clannad or Toradora.
I've seen both.
Toradora.
Have you seen Clannad?
Yeah, it was a long time ago though, so I don't know if I'm remembering it correctly.
Okay.
But I know it's trauma.
I
Honestly, I wouldn't rewatch either one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, Clannad was definitely trauma. That was definitely trauma, yeah. Haikyuu or Kuroko's Basketball?
Haikyuu.
IQ. Kroger's Basketball is ass. Watch Slam Dunk. Don't watch that lame ass.
Kuroko's Basketball is fire. I'm sorry. I know you hate it, but I think it's fire.
It's not even that I hate it.
Okay.
It's just it was the first season because we watched it for the Olympics. The first season was cool, but once it got too unrealistic, then I was like, okay, you always got to keep in the realm unless you're like establishing powers from the start. You know what I mean? Like that golf anime or like Ace of Diamond. Yeah. But like Haikyuu, they'll do something crazy, but it's never like, okay, this is just exaggerated real life. Bro, inbounded the ball and shot a full court.
Don't hate. That was fire.
What do you mean don't hate? It's just like, what are we doing? Okay, I literally turned off my brain after that. No, that's too much anime. On a sport that I love, do it on badminton or something. Not on basketball.
They have.
All right, next, we got Made in Abyss or To Your Eternity.
What's To Your Eternity again? Oh yeah, Made in Abyss for sure. To Your Eternity is excellent. Excellent series, but Made in Abyss is
I enjoyed Made in Abyss a lot better. Okay. But I still like To Your Eternity.
You saw To Your Eternity season 1?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that intro so much. And the characters,
it was a really good intro.
That whole season made me cry. Fun fact, season 2, they have the same intro for all 24 episodes, just new visuals.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, good thing I like it.
Mm-hmm. Cowboy Bebop or Samurai Champloo?
Bebop.
That's difficult because they're both 12 out of 10s from Watanabe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go Shampoo because the soundtrack clears Bebop's.
Okay.
Shampoo's soundtrack is like
I don't know of one of these, but Paranoia
the
Agent
R&B.
or the Tatami Galaxy.
We watched Paranoia
I know
Agent
what's that.
together.
The other one I don't know about,
Oh,
Tatami
I don't.
Galaxy.
I don't know the other one, so
um,
I guess Paranoia.
I never seen Tatami Galaxy, but I hated Paranoia Agent, so I'm gonna
I
pick
did
Tatami
too.
Galaxy.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Elfin Lied or Another.
another Elfen Lied was kind of just shock factor. I feel like
Yeah, I liked the story and the art style behind Another a lot more. I thought it was more cohesive and had more depth than Elfen Lied. It was very superficial.
Bungo Stray Dogs or Durarara.
Bungo Stray Dogs. I've seen season 1 of Durara and it's really good, but Bungo Stray Dogs I'm on the 5th season and that series is really good. So I gotta pick Bungo.
Bungo.
They got much better power system. Plus, what's his name? Is the original Gojo. I forget his name, but the sensei in that character in that series, he was
Yeah.
like loved like Kakashi or like Gojo.
Mhm.
Dazai is his name. Dazai.
Yeah.
Dazai
Mhm,
was like
Dazai.
the heartthrob of that series, but he was like the original Gojo. He's a goat. So I definitely picked.
All right. Neon Genesis Evangelion or Gurren Lagann.
Haven't seen either. Both on the list. I feel like I like
Neon.
Gurren Lagann more.
Gurren Lagann has one of the most OP in battle sequences ever recorded.
Really?
They get to a point where when you reckon you're throwing galaxies at one another.
I hear the story is really good.
It is. It is. We're talking about these two. Erased or Vivi, a Fluid Eye song.
Oh,
Erased.
I haven't seen VV, but I would never pick Erased over
That's
Dirt.
I know it's the clear victory of that one.
I wouldn't pick Erased over
I still don't remember
Dora the
VV, but you
Explorer.
say I've seen it. I don't remember.
I can't say you've seen it, but I have a memory of you and Lo
Might have seen an
talking
episode
about
or
it
something about it. Yeah.
when we were talking about series that we had been watching.
It is really good. I'm not lying. It is.
I've heard it's great though.
Yeah. Nana or Your Lie in April.
I haven't seen Nana, so I gotta go Your Lie in April.
Yeah, I guess Your Lie in April. I also haven't seen Nana, but
I've seen both.
I didn't. I would never watch Your Lie in April again.
The trauma was enough.
No, not that. I was just boring.
I feel like we've done this one before. Fruits Baskets or Orion High School Host Club.
We have, but I will pick Fruits Baskets.
Fruits Baskets.
The redo.
Fruits Baskets for sure.
Amazing to bring the true nature of the show out.
This is Vivi Gabby. I sent it. What's next?
Devilman Crybaby or Akira?
Devilman Crybaby. I haven't seen Akira yet. I have it on my Plex to watch.
Akira!
Haven't seen that one.
Oh, this looks
before my time, Unc.
Really? You gotta go there? Really? Fuck you. All right. Zom 100 or High School of the Dead?
High School of the Dead. High School of the Dead.
Yeah, High School D&D.
All right.
Zom 100 was cheeky. And I liked it. It was funny and colorful, but D&D was really good.
High School of the Dead was funny, etchy, and comedy, but then Zom 100 didn't finish. It definitely had the potential, but it didn't finish. They left on a cliffhanger. Yeah, so we only got 12 episodes.
All right, last up we have Ranking of Kings or Great Pretender.
I was gonna say it'd be hard to be Rankings of Kings, so Rankings of Kings.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I haven't seen Great Pretender, so
neither have I.
It's on Netflix. I saw one episode. I've heard good things, and I thought it was really good. I think it just fell to the back of my list.
Gotcha.
But it's on Netflix.
Okay, but that is this or that for series.
Sure. I've got one too.
Okay,
short one. Oh wait,
not so short.
Maybe not. Wow, did I spell that right first try? I might be a Harvard graduate. Now, if you see this word, then you might be a little impressed. I'll spell the word out in the chat for y'all.
Oh yeah. I'll let you get a pass with that.
What even is that word?
I don't know.
It's deuteragonist. It basically is the secondary antagonist. It's someone who's like Sasuke, Zoro.
Who made that up?
It's I guess Noah Webster because it's in his dictionary, or Oxford because it's in their dictionary.
I think.
But
I've heard that word before.
Yeah, that's a term for secondary main character, somebody who basically has the next
Vegeta to Goku, stuff like that.
Yeah, but it could sometimes, because sometimes you'll have a character like Vegeta, but he doesn't have, like, a lot of One Piece fans argue that Sanji is the deuteragonist when we know it's Zoro, but they're like, Sanji got a whole damn arc, so it's like, well, we know it's Zoro.
We know it's Zoro.
We don't know why Oda waiting so long on Zoro, but
it's Zoro.
That's probably how we know it's Zoro, because he's waiting so long. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here's our
Yeah, that thing.
Here's our secondary
protagonist.
Yes, thank you, Gabby.
The second protagonist battle begins.
Deuteragonist. Anime version. All right, y'all. Sasuke, Uchiha, or Killua Zoldyck?
Sasuke.
One Sasuke. Bakugo. See, I need some people who are some fucking real. Nah, let's keep going. Bakugo or Levi?
Bakugo.
That's crazy.
I like my
Levi.
Angry Pomeranian.
For a real answer. Megumi or Zenitsu?
You said who?
Megumi from Jujutsu Kaisen, or Zenitsu? I know we were talking about Konosuba.
Megumi
over Zenitsu? Yeah. For you, Gabby?
I love Megumi.
For me, it would be Megumi too.
Yeah.
Zoro or Shoto Todoroki?
Zoro. I like Shoto too.
You
I do.
From Kaguya-sama, or Octagawa from Bungo Stray Dogs?
Who was the first one?
Ishigami Yu from Kaguya-sama, or Octagawa?
I gotta go with Ishigami just because I haven't seen Bungo Stray Dogs yet. So
I go Octagawa because I really like his character.
I like Octagawa too. Yuno from Black Clover or Suna from Haikyuu? Shoyo.
Who from Haikyuu?
Shoyo.
Shoyo's the main character.
Shoyo's the main character. I thought Sakura was the main character.
There's no Sakura in Haikyuu.
Or Hinata. And what is his name, right?
Hinata is Shoyo. His name is Hinata Shoyo.
Suna Shoyo.
I don't know. That's not a character. It's not a character. Show me the name that they're talking about. But that's, if anything, it'd be Kageyama. He'd be the secondary.
Yeah. Suna. Oh, damn. Maybe ChatGPT messed up.
Type it in the chat because I don't think that's a character.
Suna. Nah, I don't think so either. Because Suna. They're talking about Suna, I'm assuming, who's the weird bug-eye looking character, but his last name is Shoyo, so we'll just
be like, who's the bug-eye looking character?
Who's the weird bug-eye character?
We'll just move past that one.
Yeah, but I want to know who you think is the weird bug-eye character.
You insulted one of her characters.
I'm just looking at a character. I don't know.
Well, who is it? I want to know.
His name is Suna. Just look up Suna. We'll look it up later.
How do you
who got the bug eyes?
Suna.
Suna?
Suna.
That's Sana. He doesn't come in until like season 3 or 4.
ChatGPT dropped the ball on that one. Let's just say that.
I know. Let's just move past
that.
that.
Oh my god, ChatGPT. He is. Oh my god.
I don't think we've seen
Sana.
Black Butler. See, they're saying Giyu from Demon Slayer or Rengoku.
Who?
Giyu from
Giyu.
Demon Slayer or Rengoku.
But Giyu isn't a secretary.
But you can just compare the characters. I don't think they really have a deuteragonist.
I guess Giyu.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Giyu. Yeah.
Giyu is my favorite Hashira for sure. Lancer or Gilgamesh?
Lancer.
I got which Lancer are we talking about?
As you know, but in the Fate you've seen, Lancer is Gilgamesh. Oh no, wait, that's Archer. I was gonna say,
yeah, I was gonna say no.
Oh really, Lancer over Gilgamesh? Okay.
Yeah.
You said what?
Lancer.
Gabby.
I said Lancer, but which Lancer are we talking about?
Talk about the normal Lancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cuckoo Lane.
Lancer.
Itachi or Vegeta?
Heard that.
Itachi.
What?
No, I said which Lancer. And I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, there's multiple ones.
But okay.
Yeah, but there's different because y'all saw, but they're different. Like it depends on which fate a different one can spawn for a different role.
I know, but this got me just excited about things. That's all. It was just a little nugget. That's all. Little info nugget. That's all. They said
Itachi
Vegeta or Itachi.
Vegeta. That's a good one.
Itachi.
Perfect.
Vegeta's my favorite Dragon Ball. I think Vegeta's the best Dragon Ball character, but I can't say over Itachi. But I don't know. That's a hard one. I have to think.
That's what I'm trying to do now because that is a tough one.
I know what Gabby's gonna pick.
I picked Itachi already.
Yeah, she don't like Peak, so
I just don't care about Dragon Ball.
I gotta go Widow's Peak. I gotta go Vegeta.
Okay. Vegeta over Itachi.
Don't insult Widow's Peak like that.
Leafa versus Alice Zuberg. I don't know. They didn't give the anime for Alice Zuberg.
I don't know who Leafa is.
Leafa?
I got no worries.
I know
Leafa's from Sword Art Online.
I know both of them from. I know both of them very well.
Sword Art Online.
Alice.
Maid versus.
just. Are you supposed to be quiet and just give the people and just shut up after that?
I'll pick the other one that isn't Sword Art Online. Whatever.
They're both Sword Art Online characters.
Oh, then I don't want either one of them.
No, you gotta pick.
No, I don't like them.
It's definitely Leafa. Between the two, Leafa.
It's who? Leafa?
Leafa between the two.
Okay.
I don't even know who the second person is.
Leafa is his.
I know who Leafa is.
Alice.
She's like the princess chick.
She doesn't come until the last two seasons, 3 and 4. Yeah, she's kind of like.
Was she in Gun Gale?
No.
Blonde hair.
She's an underworld. She's an underworld.
Oh, I never saw that. Then Leafa.
Yeah, she's pretty much like his love interest. Do some other stuff, like some crazy stuff. Yeah.
Dang, Asuka's out already?
Not even close. It's just when things happen. He got trapped. He is trapped somewhere else for like a very long time. And him, this other guy, and her kind of come up together in that stuff while he's trapped inside until everybody on the outside can get him out. So just lived a long time in there.
Asuka's out already?
Nope, not even close.
All right, y'all.
Well, then why is he going for another girl?
The Promised Neverland.
We'll talk later. Promised Neverland?
Ray from The Promised Neverland or L from Death Note?
Ray. I like Ray more than L.
Ray.
That's insane. Shinichi from Bleach or Renji from Bleach?
Oh, no. Which one was Shinichi again?
That's what I'm trying to remember.
I can send y'all a picture, but
I'm trying to remember.
Send y'all a picture.
All these names blurred together.
Well, it's messing up clips here. Y'all pick Renji, I'm assuming.
Most likely I'm gonna go Renji. That's my guy. So
yeah.
Kuwabara or Hiei?
Hiei.
Hiei?
Yeah.
I gotta go Kuwabara myself. Bon or King from Seven Deadly Sins?
Bon.
No.
Bon all day. That's my guy.
I like Bon. But I also like King.
This panel here, they've got to have one of the coolest panels ever with Bond and King. And it's this here. It's got to be one of the coolest panels. I always see this panel. I'm like, I'm not a huge fan of Seven Deadly Sins, but this panel is so fire.
Yeah.
I love that panel. Y'all remember that from the anime, I'm assuming?
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
That was so cool. 02 or Ichigo?
Ichigo.
Wait. Wait a minute. This is Deuteragonist. Why is Ichigo there? Toji
right.
or Kento Nanami?
Who's the second one?
Toji or Nanami?
Toji is right.
No. Wait.
Nanami.
No. Toji is the one with no Jujutsu powers. Yeah, Toji's the one who worked Gojo. Toji's the one with the sword. With no Jujutsu powers. Toji or Nanami?
Nanami.
I'm gonna give it to Toji.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not supposed to put my input, but Toji became one of my favorite.
I gotta put Toji
after this
in
arc. I love Nanami, but Toji is like damn near Madara cool. Like, Toji is that.
Yeah.
Nigga. So I gotta myself.
Yeah, Toji.
He was, which I really love Nanami. I think that's all the ones I was picking and choosing. Oh, Rem or Amelia. Those aren't Deuteragonist. Oh yes, they are. They both are actually.
Amelia.
Rem or Amelia? Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because season 1, Gabby, you would have said Rem, but I told you season 2 you was gonna lock into Amelia.
I do with my Amelia.
Nobara or Asuka from Evangelion?
Nobara.
Nobara.
Down.
Okay. Oscar annoyed the hell out of me for that entire run.
That's 25.
Oh, dope. Thank you for that, Noah. That was a lot of fun.
That was side characters.
All right.
I'm gonna keep trying to find some this or that's with some different parts because ChatGPT will pull them, even if you say mascots or like soundtracks or anything, they'll pull it. So
that's what we did, side characters, and we also did series. So that was a lot of fun. All right. So before we get out of here, let me just remind everybody: Tuesdays live 8:30. We have Loaded Snacks Weekly, where we get together and talk about pop culture. So you can make sure to tune into that every Tuesday 8:30. Bi-weekly Saturdays, our wrestling podcast drops, which is the Finisher podcast. I believe I have to check with Joe, so I don't want to lie. But check Saturdays for a brand new episode. I can't remember if he dropped one yet or if another one's coming, but every other Saturday is a fresh episode of that. Ours, every Thursday, 10 a.m., a news episode goes live for you all. So keep an eye out for that. We'd like to thank you very much for joining us. So Noah, get us out of here.
All right. I'll see y'all next week. And check us out on Patreon. You know, back next week, talk about some anime. We all gonna watch some anime this week.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's it. Peace out.
Deuces.
Loading snacks.